Shalom, my fellow exiles. We are standing at the precipice of a 20-year cycle. Pluto has moved into Aquarius and it isn't leaving until 2044. This is the energy of the great unfreezing. To understand the full scope of what is happening, you need to visit my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@TheTrueMysticGwen. I have a playlist there detailing how you will be affected over the next 7 years by the planet Uranus, and specifically how the shifts of Saturn and Neptune, both of which just entered the sign of Aries last week on February 13th, are going to be affecting your reality for the next few years. If you are paying attention to this Pluto video, those videos are essential viewing. To navigate this Pluto transit, you need your sun sign, moon sign, and rising signs. Google free natal chart and input your birth data. Accurate birth times are non-negotiable. Indigo, you are 10:36 a.m. Garett, you are 4:30 a.m. Beyond your signs, find your personal Pluto house placement. For example, mine is in my 9th house, the house of law, philosophy, and religion. This is why my life is a series of rebirths triggered by legal systems. Find yours. That is where your fire lives. But before we go sign by sign, we have to look at humanity as a whole. Because Pluto is in Aquarius, it is affecting our collective 11th house. This means over the next 20 years, it is more likely than not that we will have extraterrestrial contact. Aliens lord over the 11th house, which is why Aquarius, sun, moon, and risings often feel like they are living in a science fiction film. The 11th house also rules humanitarian aid. This implies that despite the chaos, all of humanity should be getting along more in the next 20 years than we have in hundreds, if not thousands of years. Pluto is Hades, the god of the underworld. It rules Scorpio and the 8th house, the realm of the federal government, secrets, shared assets, the occult, and taboos. Scorpio goes through 7 deaths. By the 8th, they are unbreakable. They are water, impossible to contain. If you try to trap it, it finds the crack and flows out. One critical warning: Pluto is a planet of extremes. It is a complete flip. Because this is a death and a rebirth, the transit can go either way. You could end the 20 years at the absolute top or the absolute bottom. If you are poor, you may become rich. If you are confident, you may be stripped into insecurity to find a new kind of strength. It is a total forensic overhaul. Aquarius, Pluto is sitting in your 1st house. This is the house of the self, the house of entrepreneurship, and the house of getting who and what you say you want. Over the next 20 years, your entire identity is being rebuilt. This is the great flip. You might go from being a follower to a leader of industry, or from a public figure to a total recluse. You will learn the forensic mechanics of manifestation, realizing that getting what you want requires a total death of who you used to be. You are being forced to become an entrepreneur of your own soul. Capricorn, your 2nd house is under the microscope. This is the house of values, financially as well as self-esteem. This is a binary transit. You could become incredibly wealthy, or you could face total financial lack. You might move from a state of crippling insecurity to a state of unshakable self-confidence, or vice versa. If your confidence was built on a lie, Pluto is stripping your assets to see what you value when the default is gone. By 2044, your self-esteem will no longer be a variable. It will be a fortress. Sagittarius, Pluto is moving through your 3rd house. This is the house of communications, siblings, the World Wide Web, neighbors, and short distance, short duration travel. This is where the truth gets weaponized. You might go from being a victim of local gossip to being the most powerful voice on the web. Your relationship with siblings will either be forensically healed or permanently severed. You will learn that communication isn't just talking, it's an intelligence operation. Wink, wink. Every short trip you take is a mission in your 20-year reconstruction. Scorpio, this hits your foundation in the fourth house. This is the house of real estate, the physical home, and secret family resentments. This is the great flip of your domestic life. You may lose a home only to gain a palace, or find that the physical home you fought for becomes your prison. Most importantly, those secret family resentments are coming out of the basement. You will either resolve the ancestral trauma once and for all, or you will walk away from the bloodline entirely to build your own sovereign real estate. Libra, Pluto is in your fifth house. This is the house of artistic creativity, romance, and children. Over the next 20 years, your creative output will go through a death and a rebirth. You might go from a creative block to becoming a prolific artist. In romance, you will experience the flip, from obsessive consuming love to a total detachment, or vice versa. Regarding your children, this is a cycle of intense transformation. They will either become your greatest allies or your most profound teachers through distance and change. Virgo, the sixth house is where Pluto is working. This is the house of daily routines, open confrontations, health, and work. This is the forensic audit of your physical life. You might flip from being a workaholic to someone who values rest as a radical act, or from chronic illness to elite health. Open confrontations will be the catalyst for your rebirth. You will learn that how you handle a confrontation at work defines your sovereignty. Your daily routine is no longer a chore. It is a battle plan. Leo, it's the seventh house for you. This is the house of open and known soulmates and enemies. The masks are falling. You might find that your greatest enemy becomes your soulmate, or that the person you thought was your soulmate was actually an open enemy in disguise. This is a 20-year cycle of purging the puppets. You will end this transit with alliances that are noble grade, or you will learn the absolute power of standing alone against the world. Cancer, you are in the eighth house. This is the house of the federal government, secrets, shared assets, and taboos. This is Pluto's home turf. You might find yourself in a 20-year entanglement with the government or a complex legal battle over assets. You will be forced to look at the taboos you've avoided. This is the flip. You will either be mastered by the secrets of others, or you will become the master of the hidden world. Your shared assets will either be seized or multiplied based on your ability to face the truth. Gemini, the ninth house is your arena. This is the house of law, travel, academia, long distance travel, religion, and philosophy. This is my house. You might go from being a person of blind faith to a forensic philosopher. You will experience the flip in the legal system, moving from being defrauded by the law to using the law as a sovereign tool. Whether through long-distance travel or higher education, your mind is being rebuilt. You are the bridge between the world of academia and the world of the spirit. Taurus, Pluto is in your 10th house. This is the house of friends, popularity, career, and reputation. This is a total reconstruction of how the world sees you. You might go from being popular to being notorious, or from having a failed career to having a global legacy. Your friends will be tested. The ones who stay are the ones who can handle your new reputation. This is the death of the public persona and the rebirth of the Taurian authority. Aries, the 11th house is where your transformation lives. This is the house of humanitarian aid, exes, in-laws, and VIPs. You might find that your exes or your in-laws become the catalyst for your greatest 20-year struggles or your greatest support systems. You are aligning with VIPs and moving into humanitarian aid. This is the flip from being a lone wolf to being a leader of the collective. You are learning that power is only useful when it is used to aid the restoration. Pisces, finally Pisces, the 12th house. This is your house. It is also the house of self-sabotage, the subconscious, the occult, and psychic insight. This is the deepest unfreezing. You might go from being a victim of your own subconscious patterns to being a master of psychic insight. You are exploring the occult and killing the sleepwalker within you. This is the flip from being lost in the fog to seeing with forensic clarity. You are dismantling your own self-sabotage to become a vessel for the unseen truth. Don't fear the underworld. Hades is a judge who doesn't care about your feelings. He cares about the truth. We are in the 20-year unfreezing. Stay investigative, stay loyal, and most of all, everybody, stay sovereign.